side on Sludge City, Savagewood, and his partner in crime, the King of Cheese Pizza, Elusive Smoke, playing Terran. You know, oftentimes in the past, Spencer, Elusive Smoke, has played Protoss. This game he's playing Terran. In the last two games of this best of three, he played Terran. Playing random and actually not getting Protoss for the first time. Stelois, Steltosis. I don't even know what the fuck I've been calling him, to be completely honest with you. And Caboose. Stelois. Stelois? Stelois? I don't know. But he's Zerg. He's Zerg. The last few games he's been Protoss. He's going to go hatch first. Then he's going to take a pool. Standard stuff. Gateway gas. Double gas. Caboose has done this every game. In the past game, and I think even the one before that, he's just gone into Stargate. This is a best of three. It's tied 1-1 currently, in case you weren't aware. If you want to catch the previous games, they're in the description of the video. And the two previous games, these guys are random. They're random players, and they've spawned in with double Protoss. But this game, they're Zerg Protoss. And the Zerg took a gas. So I would expect Speedling, Baneling. And if we go back to OutNow, our heroes, we see Savagewood has a significantly better economy. And Elusive Smoke has started his factory, and his expo is about halfway done. Savagewood is scouting here. He's seen the gas. Zergling Speed has not started. Okay, it just started, but he hasn't seen it. He's seen no expansions. And Caboose hasn't committed to anything. So this is a best of three. Whoever wins this wins it all. We see Savagewood retreating with his drone. Mothership Core is sprinting out here to cast Photon Overcharge onto this pylon, and Savagewood's Overlord is going to die to a pylon. And that is something... Yeah, I was not expecting that to happen. But regardless, the Overlord's dead, and now if we go to the vision, there's none. So, Baneling Nest from Savagewood, and they've seen it. The Elite Clan has seen the Baneling Nest. And an Expo has gone down from Caboose, as well as a Robo, so not Stargate this game, but Robo. And if we look at Steloisis, he's pulled all of his guys off of minerals, except for the three that are on gas, and put them on the gold base. And now he's pumping lings. Despite seeing this Baneling Nest, this decision makes absolutely no fucking sense. There's no reason to completely commit to a blind Zergling, like no Baneling, Ling only all in, when you've seen a Baneling Nest. But I guess when you play random, you just do random shit. So he's going to attack here with these Zerglings, and Savagewood was not prepared. Probably didn't think he was going to coin flip like that after he scouted the Baneling Nest, but some players just can't be predicted. So 16 lings coming up from Savagewood and 2 mines from Elusive Smoke. Is OutNow is in an extremely dire situation. So we see a decent mine hit from Elusive Smoke. But Savagewood is in big trouble. Big trouble. He's transferring drones, trying to keep as many alive as he can. Mine barely dying from Elusive Smoke there. Very close stuff. Savagewood with some Banes. The Baneling Nest is very low. Be almost impossible to keep this alive against Zerglings. These need to be morphed immediately. Savagewood does. Ooh, brutal. Brutal as Stelois comes up and kills the Baneling Nest. Now Savagewood can no longer make Banelings, the unit he needs to counter this Speedling push. 2 average Baneling connections there. But that was the last of Savagewood's Banes. And Stelois is in a very good position, as Savagewood has a spine down, but doesn't really have enough workers to do much else. Elusive Smoke doing his best to help Savagewood, but he's being obstructed by the creep spread of his ally, and Savagewood is putting another Baneling Nest down. Mines being baited. Elusive Smoke needs to keep them up, not just let them be misfired. A Spine's about to get up for Savagewood, and a mine goes down there. As an observer is out. This is very bad for OutNow. Oh no, and Ling's going the main of Savagewood, and his lair is there. This lair will die very fast, and the mine once again is going to go down to the Zerglings, as for some reason Elusive Smoke moved his mine he had sitting up top. So Savagewood is going to build a Baneling. His Baneling Nest just finished. He's going to try to delay this push. Elusive Smoke needs to be pushing up and trying to save this lair, but he's not. So this lair is going to die, unless this, yeah, it's going to die. This one Baneling's going to get a hit off, but it doesn't matter. Savagewood intelligently placing a Spire down before his lair died. It will be his one ace in the hole this game. As we see, Caboose already has an expansion, as well as the one he initially took. Already has 2 Colossus. And Stalois did commit a lot to that, but he has far more drones than Savagewood. 4, but he has double Queen and 2 Hatchery. So the Protoss player extremely ahead here. We saw Elusive Smoke pretty much unaffected by that push, is going to have to do a lot this game. As Savagewood is pretty much completely shit out of luck, for at least until the Spire finishes, and maybe with some resource sharing he can be of some use to the team. But here Elusive Smoke is going to try to employ step 1 here to start this comeback. We see Stalois moving Lings across the map, catching a drone that was going out to expand. Extremely lucky, complete luck from Stalois there, randomly moving Lings and then catching a drone that was going to expand. 1 kill there from Elusive Smoke. Doesn't even burrow the fucking mine on time for the second one. So not a good start to a comeback, as we see 4 mutas being made. Oh boy, 1 base muta. 1 base plus 1 muta. This is a page out of the old Artosis playbook, as Savagewood is desperately trying to do anything he can to come back in this game. If we go to income, I mean, this tab really says it all. Savagewood with about half of the workers of the Elite Zerg, Stalois, and Elusive Smoke. Really macro not cutting it. He was having to commit a lot to protect Savagewood in the early game, and he's also very behind. And we see Savagewood's third forced to be cancelled. But Stalois' third might also be forced to be cancelled by Mutalisks. You see Caboose moving his terrifying army. 5 Colossus at this stage in the game is terrifying. Stalois might actually have to cancel this, and Savagewood is going to have enough mutas to cancel it. Kill the drone. Come on, buddy. There you go. So Savagewood cancels the base and kills a drone. Very, very good considering how far behind he was. 3 spores going up in the main. Savagewood Mutalisk being repelled. Savagewood running in here to harass Caboose and doesn't lose a single muta. Muta retention when you're this low econ is extremely important. Savagewood needs to be making muta with every bit of gas he has, and whenever he runs out of gas, be making drones. As the OutNow boys are very far behind, very, very far behind. And Savagewood has to do whatever the hell he can to keep them in the game. And as soon as the Protoss army moves out, Savagewood runs back in, harassing the probes of Caboose. Caboose, slow to react as he's microing his army in the front. There he goes, moves his 3 stalkers over. Savagewood picks off 1, picks off 2, picks off 3. And Mutalisk not really falling as he picks off all the stalkers. +1. Remember, guys, upgrading your mutas is important, and we're about to see why. As Caboose mismicros there, as he's dealing with his primary army. But as we see, Elusive Smoke is zone controlling the ramp with Liberators, but does not have any Vikings, and he's being outranged by Colossus. Savagewood doing huge damage to the third base of Caboose. Now he's flying back. Liberators still controlling the ramp, so only the Colossus can attack. Now they're unsieging, or whatever the hell the ability is called, to shoot the Colossi. I like this, however, the Liberators are dying fast, but here comes Savage Wood, arriving just in the nick of time like Goku. He's going to focus fire the things that can shoot up first. The Sentry, primarily because of the Guardian Shield ability. Elusive Smoke's Medivac doing extremely good things for Savage Wood's Mutas. Medivac Muta is actually pretty gross, guys. As Savage Wood doesn't want to let a single unit escape, he picks off all the Colossus, and he sees some Hydralisks. He needs to be careful, because clumped Hydralisks are actually very good against Mutas. And a droopy little Hellion drop, as we see about 9 probes killed there by the Hellions, as Spencer starts to micro again. And we see, with the Hellion drop in the main, some Muta harass over the middle, Hydra's being misrallied. See, this is why it's valuable to make your opponent multitask. Yeah, he killed 16 probes, and the guy has money to replace him, but big fucking deal. The fact that he made him commit to stopping that allowed me to do this with the Mutas. Whenever you play 2v2, you should always be forcing your opponent to do actions. Coordinating harass. So we see this Overlord needs to be dropping creep, although it wouldn't matter. You can still, even if it's your enemy's creep, you can still expand a Zerg if it's creep. Savage Wood, he's actually done a very good job harassing with Mutas and retaining them. He does lose 1 there, but he kills a Nexus for it. And in the main here, Elusive Smoke with the droopy drop. He has 1/1 Marauders. I'm gonna focus fire this gateway here for some reason, but it looks like he will actually get it, which is useful, I suppose. Blink forward to kill the Medivac, and Elusive Smoke is dead on with upgrades. As we see, this base was cancelled by the Mutas. Savage Wood killing more of Caboose's workers at his third. He's gonna swing up to the natural and pick off some Hydras that were moving up to intercept this drop. Just see Elusive Smoke. He's gonna shoot the Hydra a bit, and then start to shoot drones. Can't really make up his mind. But Savage Wood swinging forward, killing more workers in the third, forcing 2 armies to commit to defend. And while that's going on, Elusive Smoke killing some drones, killing an extractor. He's going to lose the rest of his drop, but I think he killed a Spore as well. Savage Wood flying some of his Mutas in harm's way, but doesn't lose them all. Killing 2 Overlords, which is nice. And sure enough, the Zerg is supply blocked. See how much gas he has? That means losing Overlords is extra bad, because that's whenever you're floating gas, the last thing you want to do is spend your money on fucking Overlords. See Savage Wood flying up in the main here. He might just choose to fight, as these Mutas are 1/1, and so whenever your Mutas are actually as well upgraded as Stalkers, you can kind of trade. You can't trade into Hydras too, though. Savage Wood's gonna fly away after picking off a Pylon and a few Stalkers and disabling 3 gates. Caboose is gonna blink down to try to be cute. Savage Wood's Mutas flying in here. He's going to kill more probes. This poor third has been harassed so badly. This base is actually kind of hard to defend considering you have a ramp, because you can just siege up with shit down there. Hydralisk Den is very low. Elusive Smoke electing to target the Spore, which is smart, because now Savage Wood can destroy these Overlords and these workers for free. Does lose 1 Muta there. Picking off Overlords in low econ games is actually very valuable, because Zergs don't have the mineral income to afford to buy Overlords. Speaking of mineral income, Caboose's minerals are very low, partially because he's been dumping money and reprobing this base all game. Whenever you can consistently pick off someone's workers and games drag out and you don't lose workers, oftentimes you'll just win, because the scale of the scale of your money continues to rise, and there is this plateaued all game. So like right here, this is a great example. Normally I wouldn't want to fight straight up Mutas into Stalkers. I'm even taking damage from the Hydras on the high ground like an idiot, but I'm winning the trade. And the reason I can do that is because I've been picking off probes all game. Look at his probes, 33. This guy's been on 3 bases for almost the whole damn game, and he has 33 probes. That's why I'm able to actually fight. That and my upgrades are why I've been fighting him. I lost my main this game, remember. I had to like remake my lair, and like I've been trading this guy. I was going 1 base Muta, and I'm trading Stalker for Muta, which is unheard of as Zerg. That's because there's been so much probe damage. And a lot of that goes to Spencer too. He's had a couple of droopy drops up here. It's just harass in general. Remember that like if you harass all game, you set yourself up to be able to make mistakes or do certain things. In this case, being able to fight an army like this. Like upgraded Blink Stalkers are supposed to counter mutas in theory. Like straight like in the situation of this game. When I had low econ, what he did should have countered what I did, but because he took so much damage, I was able to build up my mute account to a ridiculous amount. Basically, he got worked over for 10 straight minutes, and even though he was way ahead, he still lost. Or is losing, I should say. But, I mean, look at this. We see a base for Savage Wood, one for Elusive Smoke, another for Elusive Smoke. His Roach Warren and Lurkerden going down. As you see, Hidden Infestors. This could be good. As Savage Wood clumping his mutas. Oh, Hidden Infestors pop up as the Infestation Pit dies. And some of the mutas go down. About a dozen mutas there. That was a very smart move from Stelois there. Although he lost his Roach Warren, Lurkerden, and Infestation Pit for it. And if we go to units, Savage Wood lost about half of his mutas there. So he really does need to go into a different tech path. And we see he starts researching pathogen glands. Because to make it's the reason you need to go into a different tech path is because you don't want to make mass muta after your opponent shows infestor, because if they hit one fungal growth on your army, they can just chain it and kill everything. So we see Savage Wood going in to harass the main whenever Elusive Smoke pushes the 4th. This is the like bread and butter of StarCraft 2. Do multiple things at once because it fucks with your opponent. Here are the Infestors. Fungal's about half the mutas again. And they're gonna die. But Elusive Smoke needs to be pushing. But at this point, Leet has mined out, and it looks like they're on the verge of losing this best of 3. As we see, OutNow has bases down here. Elusive Smoke needs to kill this. It looks like Leet's just going to tap out. They know it's over. GG, well played. See, Savage Wood mutas and Elusive Smoke's dropping. Came in big here. It's 3 macro games. You don't see a whole lot of macro in 2v2, but there it is. If you like the series, subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you thought.